Well, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Kitchen Table TCG. My name's Louie. I hope you're having yourself a fantastic day. Today, I want to have a conversation about Magic the Gathering and what I think its biggest competition is and what the world of exiting Magic the Gathering looks like. But first, I want to show off the new location for my game store. This has been a long time coming. We have a name change coming as well, but we're going to keep that in the back pocket. We're going to do some more videos and stuff about this. This is going to be the TCG play space. Shout out to Ramsey, who's been painting the walls and really helping getting this going. And then back over here in the second room, this is gonna be kind of the main room where you walk in. We have the product, and we're actually gonna have an esport arena back there with a bunch of gaming PCs and that kind of stuff. So lots of cleanup to do. Let's actually stay in here because it's a little nicer. Lots of cleanup to do and lots of work to be done, but we're definitely working towards it. So I want to have a conversation. When you leave Magic the Gathering with all the negativity going on right now and all the new TCGs popping up, and Disney just put out Lorcana and it looks amazing, and they've got a bunch of different products and a bunch of different things. And of course, we're doing a major Cryptic tournament in here. You guys know I've been really enjoying Cryptic. If you watch the podcast on Friday mornings, and then all the other new TCGs that have come out, there's been a conversation of what happens when somebody leaves Magic the Gathering. And I own a trading card game store. I have lived this. I see this happen all the time. And in my experience, what happens when somebody leaves Magic the Gathering, they don't necessarily go to a new TCG. Typically, they will pick up another TCG if they're staying in Magic the Gathering. In fact, if they're staying within the communities and within the play space, they'll pick up a second TCG. That's a pretty popular thing. But the majority of people who end up walking away from Magic the Gathering, in my experience, go and pick different hobbies. So as amazing as Lorcana looks, and as amazing as some of these new TCGs are to play and to collect and to play with and enjoy, I do not see anything coming along to be a Magic the Gathering killer. Now, as a store, I am certainly going to be taking some Lorcana. I know we've joked about it on the podcast. I know we've had conversations about it on the podcast. I still have very, very deep concerns about Lorcana and the print run and that kind of thing. But it would be silly for me to not pick up the product for my store, for the locals who want it, or for any of the patrons who are going to want it in the future. So we will be doing that. But as a rule, I kind of feel like people go to this idea that these next TCGs are just going to kill Magic the Gathering. And what Magic the Gathering has that no other TCG has, other than Pokemon, what no other TCG has is 30 years worth of player base and communities and investment and trading and 30 years worth of attachment to the brand. And as bad as Magic 30 has been, as negative as Magic 30 has been, there is still deep roots in the Magic the Gathering world. Even if Wizards of the Coast were to disappear tomorrow, the Magic the Gathering roots would remain and they would continue to be strong. Even if we didn't have new sets, I firmly believe there would still be communities built around Magic the Gathering that would still exist and coexist and be able to thrive. We've seen this at a very, very small degree with some other card games. Like I think 5 Rings, the Lord of the Rings one, 7 Rings, whatever it is, they still have a pretty active community. The Star Wars TCG has an active community that even does events still. It's crazy. And not that it would be the same or anything like that. That's not what I'm trying to say. But the deep ingrained culture beneath Magic the Gathering, even if you take Hasbro out of the picture, would remain. And so I think one of the strong go-tos for these new TCGs in the communities of these new TCGs is to say, this game is going to kill Magic the Gathering. And while you may be seeing in your local scene a few people walk away from Magic the Gathering and pick up another game, I think as a whole, as a matrix, as a large sum, the vast majority of people who end up walking away from Magic the Gathering, if they do that, are going to be moving to different hobbies. And that's really sad. And this is one of the reasons why I think Wizards of the Coast doesn't quite understand what they're going up against. I feel like they kind of think they're just going up against the other TCGs, and that's why they're doing things like getting rid of their video game program and getting rid of, the D&D, team and that kind of thing. But at the end of the day, Wizards of the Coast will need to reinvest in this IP and the secondary transition away from just the card game, if they want to see continued success moving past even like the LGS model, which I know it's crazy. I'm starting, building a new LGS, building a new area. I get it, it's insane. But we are gonna have like an esport model to it. We're gonna have a big community model to it. It's gonna be great. So anyway, I'm very curious to hear what you think in the comment section. If you have a friend or a coworker or a group of people who played Magic the Gathering and now they don't play anymore, I'm very curious, where do you see them going to? Do you see them going to a new TCG? Or do you see them going to a different hobby like video games or, I don't know, kayaking or being adventurous or whatever that kind of thing is? Because in my world, what I see is people moving to video games, not as much as like Lorcana, as much as people are going to enjoy a game like Lorcana, in my opinion, maybe with their family or with whatever. You cannot replace that 30 years of history and 30 years of building an ecosystem around. I don't think Lorcana just steps in and destroys the Magic the Gathering economy because everyone's walking away. And that's the type of attitude I see with some of the TCGs. I just wanted to touch base on that and see what you guys thought about that. Anyway, hopefully we'll do more content here and be showing off a little bit more of the process. Hopefully we're gonna do like an interview series with me and Ramsey, who's kind of working with me on this, where we talk about our heart for the community and creating this. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and we'll see you again next video. Make sure that you remember to be kind to the people around you.